Hello and welcome to a very special edition of the Just Ride podcast as the dust settles here on Bull Hardline Tasmania. It's been an unbelievable week and we've actually got the winners coming in a few moments' time. I'm Rob Warner. This is Elliot Jackson.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm here. Like you said, we're recording this literally right after the finals.
We are still like shell shocked from the race.
My mind is still on the incredible things. And
it's fair enough.
This event, I mean, Bull Hardline Tasmania is, I will say it's my favorite event of the year, and it's exceeded expectations from last year for the second time. We're going to get into it because we do have the winners, like you said, and they'll get into why I'm so speechless. But yeah, I mean, Rob, tell me about like the week. Tell me about why this is so exciting.
I think everything about this week has just been something special, like where we are for a start. And in this insanely remote part of Tasmania, out here in literally the middle of nowhere, on an island in the middle of nowhere, you know, and then to bring this racetrack here and to improve it from what it was last year. The first year we had this event, the track this year was 300 meters longer, but it was a lot more difficult. A lot of sections had, like last year, it was new, fresh, loamy. This year was rock hard, concrete-like with a kind of slippery surface. And, you know, and we've just literally, I think, sat through, commentated on, definitely one of the very best Bull Hardline races of all time. Like that was something unbelievable.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that there was a lot of talk from last year about the track maybe not being as difficult as Hardline Wales, and I think that was like thoroughly disproven. I think that there was so much time that was made up there. And I think you look at the riders as well and kind of like what they were doing, what they were saying. We saw Ronan Dunn, right, go out with injury from a crash.
Massive one this morning, one of probably his last practice run. Yeah, pushing the boundaries of what he was going to do in his race run. Yeah, he got caught out.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Jones as well, like saying that he needed to prep, you know, got off the plywood for a second.
And Laurie Greenland actually coming up to me yesterday and I sort of said to him, how does it compare to Wales? And he said, like everyone's saying it doesn't. I tell you now, this is absolutely, he put it on social media, this is absolutely on a level with Wales. He said, you were going so fast. The amount of split second decisions you have to make is frightening. People clocked at 81 kilometres an hour, you know, approaching the UK national speed limit, and they're going to hit a jump at that speed. Like, it's madness.
Well, I think there's like three things too that I wanted to say. One is that Simon Godziak he said, you know what, I'm not there yet. You know, this is the guy that was on the podium at Red Bull Rampage saying that, you know, I need to go back. I need to do some training.
Calm down, Red Bull Hardline.
Get ready. And then the other two is the age gap between G and Asa. And these two, you have the kind of the pioneer, the founder of Red Bull Hardline, and then this new blood with Asa.
Asa born 3 years after G's first World Cup win. I mean, so you imagine they're both on the same track, competing against each other. Dan Booker, you know, this unbelievable rider. I mean, another fantastic story is that Sam Hill, who raced here, the 3-time downhill world champion, he found him here in Medina Bike Park, you know, as a kid, and he actually was like, someone needs to get behind Dan Booker, and there they are racing against each other. It's just been a fantastic week, mate. It really has.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously, and then we have the winners, Gracey Hemstreet and Jackson Goldstone. I think Jackson, you know, hearing him say, I heard him, you know, talk about it at the event venue, saying that, you know, almost tearing up and saying, this is one of the best days of my life, like being able to come back from an injury here.
Can you imagine the pressure?
Yeah.
If he turned up here, which he did, he didn't need to. He could have left it another couple of months and just done his first proper World Cup season. He hasn't even done one of those yet. You know what I mean? Like, the first two elite years, illness in year one, obviously the knee from here last year. He's still not really shown the world what he can do at World Cup racing. And he's back here, where it all ended a year ago. Like, to me, that's stupendous.
Yeah.
Stupendous pressure to come here, because we knew he wouldn't want to come second. Yeah. Even if he said he did, forget it. So, yeah, what a day, man. What a race, what a day.
For sure. Yeah. And I mean, of course, Gracey just crushing it and, showing how good she is, making that Red Bull Hardline run look like just a walk in the park. So I think that the women next year and at Red Bull Hardline Wales are going to be, they're going to be looking to her for some inspiration.
Valentina Hole is.
Yeah,
she
exactly.
told us in commentary. She said, yeah.
Well, I want to hear it from the racer's mouth.
Me too. Should we get them on?
Yeah.
All right, then. Thanks for joining us here on Just Ride. We have just literally come out of the commentary box from Red Bull Hardline Tasmania, and we are joined, me and Elliot, by the two winners, Gracey Hemstreet and Jackson Goldstone. Thank you for coming in, and what a day. What a race that was. Let's start with you, Gracey, ladies first. I mean, what was it like today to pull off a top to bottom with that new section and everything? Limited practice for you. What a week.
Yeah, it was pretty unreal. Like, my first day of practice, I was like, okay, I just got to get it all done. And then it ended up almost happening, but it would have happened if the wind wasn't too bad. But
And what happened? Why did you miss practice?
To be honest, I don't even know. But
apparently you were picking something up. Was it as simple as that? Is it literally that?
Literally.
No crashing involved.
I was just in my tent going to pick up something from my suitcase, and I was like, oh, fuck.
We'll allow you those, don't worry.
Anyway, it was, no good. I could barely get to, like, the athlete zone.
We heard Valley on the broadcast say, welcome to your 20s.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And Jackie, you're here. You've done it. You've come back a year after you ended your selfie. You missed an entire season. The pressure, mate, must have been, like, exceptional on you. What does it feel like to be sat there now, the winner of Red Bull Hardline Tasmania?
Yeah, wow. It's a pretty crazy thing to say for sure. I had, after missing all year last year due to this race, and then coming back this year, it definitely was, the one in my mind is like, this is my comeback. And, I just want to make it through safe and healthy. And the win wasn't, fully on my mind until,
wasn't it?
Nah, like coming into this race, like I literally, all I wanted to do was get out healthy, and then, started kind of G'ing myself up in practice and started feeling good on the track. And I was like, oh, I could put a pretty good run down and I feel confident. So yeah, I just did that. And, I definitely, pushed pretty hard on my run, but didn't get like too far out of my comfort zone where I was, making any mistakes. Like, it was a good, confident run for me. So yeah, I'm just happy to be sitting in this chair in one piece.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
It was. I mean, it looked like that from the beginning. And I was wondering if you were kind of like holding some stuff back, because it just looked like all the practice you were having fun, seating you were having fun, and then kind of noticed this run that you did in practice. We saw it on the monitors as I was sitting in the commentary booth. Saw you hit the wombat gap, saw you like kind of pushing a little bit more, and I was like, oh, he's kind of on for one. Was that this morning even, maybe?
Yeah, I would say this morning, maybe even yesterday's seating run was kind of, what G'd me up a little bit to go quicker. And
all week I've noticed you've been pretty quiet, actually. Pretty introverted for yourself. But last night after qualifying, it was actually the first time that you said hello to me. I was like, and I went back to the room and I said to Elliot, I think Jackie's got a lot on an hand here. Like, it was like the weight had been lifted off you a bit, because you had put down a really good qualifier. You were only 3 seconds off, and you definitely didn't push in there, did you?
No, my qualifying run was, definitely, not everything that I wanted and not everything that I got out of today. I, missed that wombat gap, like you were saying. Just kind of wasn't feeling it, to do all those extra gaps. And then, this morning, ticked some of those off, and worked out.
And Gracey, I feel like this second year, it feels like you're in your element. I mean, watching you do that run, you were kind of, chill. The jumps seem like it's no problem. Like, is that from you growing up Coast Gravity Park? Like, why are you so comfortable on the jumps?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, having a bike park at home would be, that definitely helps. But just hitting the course last year really helped me coming into this year. It wasn't stressful at all. I was like...
Wasn't it? It was what you felt... Even the new 300-metre bottom section, did you feel pretty much at ease with that quite quickly then?
Yeah, to be honest, it wasn't...
There's no problem.
Say it like it is. It's fine. Yeah. It was nothing.
Nah, I was hyped. I wasn't really scared at all. It was weird. It was a weird feeling, because last year I was like, holy shit. Like, but no.
Will
It's good
we
to
see you in Red Bull Hardline Wales? Maybe.
Yeah, I want to go for sure.
Amazing,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
What's it like going that fast at a jump? I guess neither of you have ever done like 80k at a jump before.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a bit of experience, at some bigger jumps like that, like loose
Have you?
fest.
Have
Yeah, like, when I was in like kind of COVID years and stuff, I was, going and doing those like loose fest series and stuff.
yeah.
So that was kind of probably the first real time I got to, get on jumps that big. And then, I feel pretty comfortable in the air. So these jumps were really
noticed,
fun.
mate, to be honest.
Do you think, Gracey, that riding jumps like this and tracks like this help you for the World Cup season?
I mean, it helps you know how to go fast.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
So
Is that like just getting used to that speed? So like when you go to a normal kind of downhill track, it's maybe half that speed. Like an average World Cup track is maybe a 30k an hour, 35k an hour, and now you're going 80k.
yeah, it feels pretty nuts, but you get used to it quite quick.
Yeah.
It's good.
And I think for you too, like this is it's the first time we've had a podium at Red Bull Hardline for women.
Yeah.
And I think for you, you've kind of been a spearhead of kind of like the women doing these events. We had Red Bull Rampage. What's it like for you kind of seeing all the women and being here, that camaraderie and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's pretty unreal. It was, unfortunate that none of the other girls could ride, but it's...
You've inspired Valentina. You said it in comments. She was like, I know I need to step up.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
like, I was a bit bummed that she wasn't riding anymore, but hopefully next year.
Yeah,
she'll
what
come
is that
back.
now? Like you're racing her. She's a competitor of yours.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it gives you a little bit of a mental edge, you think, coming out of this event?
No. I don't think so.
No, come on. It has to. It has to.
Yeah.
They're just jumps, but
Yeah, for you.
She's
That is the
great.
mental edge right there.
No, I think so. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Jackson, there's one thing I got to ask you then. We got to talk about the Australian line at the bottom.
Yeah, wow.
The 2 inch sides.
Right.
Had you not seen that until you didn't know about that? You literally watched it on a monitor at the top of the live race. Is that true?
Yeah, so I
You haven't
actually...
done it before?
Nah, that was my first time doing that line, which was
That's insane.
risky
No
for sure.
way.
But I think it definitely paid off and helped me get that win. But I saw in practice, I was watching one of my GoPros, like this morning, like last run practice, I was watching my GoPro and I saw like a tire mark just going straight up the berm. I'm like, oh, what the
Did you?
what the heck is that one?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
way.
And then I was like, oh, I didn't know who was like on that line or anything. Then I was up top. It was Troy dropped, Connor Fearon dropped, and then it was my turn. And they had the screen up. I wasn't really watching, but Steve was watching. And I ended up like looking at the screen right as he kind of did that line. And saw, he went from red to green because of that line. So I was like, oh, it's really risky, but I think, if I go easy over it and like, go at it slow, it might even be faster than going around. And took the risk in the race run.
Matt
And
Jones
I
said-
think it worked because I don't believe I would have won without that line. So
And
big
Matt
ups,
Jones-
big ups, Troy. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Australia. But Matt Jones said that you didn't even know what was on the backside, and you had another. Is it true you had a look at the top on your GoPro again to try and work out what was on the
Wow.
back? No, I've never
Yeah.
heard this like this before.
Yeah,
dropping
watch my
in.
GoPro. I was trying to spot the line, and even as I was coming into that section, like I did like a little stand up to try and see
No
where I was at,
way!
and then I was like, oh, okay, drop
That is
in.
mad to hear.
And you mentioned Steve Pete. Both of you have these kind of mentors who are legends of the sport. Gracey, now you with Greg Menard, team director. I'll start with you. What has that been like? Do you learn things? Like, what are you taking in from a guy like that?
yeah, from Greg, it's basically just to, I don't even know, take it chill and just have fun. But he's also like super precise in like everything he does. But
Yeah, that's how. I mean, that's how he did his riding.
yeah,
That's how he lives his life.
yeah.
Yeah, he's either on or off, Greg, isn't he? Really?
Yeah,
When he's on,
exactly.
he is like absolutely on. That's how I see him a bit.
And then
What's it
he's-
been like for you, Jackson, to have Steve in your corner?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's Steve's, one of those guys that I don't think I could do it without for sure. He's helping so much behind the scenes, and he was the one, cleaning off my gloves at the top, trying to get them dry and stuff. So, yeah, he's helping out in so many ways I can't even can't even name them all.
I
It's
mean,
huge.
amazing, isn't it? Like your bosses are both like the greatest.
Yeah,
of all time.
Yeah, it's
It is.
pretty
It's true.
crazy.
It's amazing. Do you ever ride? Because you don't live that far apart back in Canada.
There is a picture. We'll probably put it up somewhere of you, both of you on the podium when you're like
Yeah.
1 year old.
Why? Is that right?
Yeah, I saw the photo today. It was at, I want to say a Crankworks.
29.
Yeah,
How old
2018
were
or
you guys
2019.
at that point?
Yeah, 15, 16-ish. So.
Crazy.
We were both tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's mad.
Little
isn't
Groms.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, maybe one of the last questions is like, both of you are Canadian. I mean, there's been some incredible Canadian free riders. Obviously, we had Stevie Smith as a racer, but what do you think that it is about Canada that has kind of allowed you to be, some of the fastest racers, some of the best jumpers and things like that?
I think it's really our terrain. Like,
Yeah.
Gracey said is Coast Gravity Park, having those big jumps at hand, and then Whistler, pretty sick spot to train. And there's so much riding in the Sea to Sky area where we live. And, there's so many up and coming riders as well that are going to be, in a few years time pushing for wins. I'm going to call that now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Canada on
There's,
the map.
lots of prospects. So it's cool. It's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday in 2 days' time.
That's
2
right.
days time.
Yeah. Are we gonna see you on the decks tonight?
Yep.
Steel tonight. Oh yeah. I can't wait.
Wait, what's your DJ name?
I don't actually have a DJ name yet.
That
if anyone wants to put in the comments,
Drop
top
us a
comment
line.
will be my
Yeah.
DJ name.
Oh,
Let's
I
say
love it. I love it. Yeah. Drop us a line in the comments. It's you guys. Yeah. Somebody's gonna win Jackson Goldstone's DJ name.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing. What a day. What a day that has been. A brilliant Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. Congratulations to you two. I mean, yeah, that was some history right there. Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing
Thank you.
work.
One of the
Appreciate
best commentaries in a long time.
that's good.
I can't wait. Yeah, love it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
thanks so much for coming in after winning, Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's
It's
part.
good.
I'm hungry. Let's go eat.
Yeah.
Well, amazing to get them in here, and I think their mood, like the buzz in here,
Yeah.
kind of said it all. What a day for the Canadians.
It's crazy to have that much talent in one room. I mean, and they've been talent. Like, I love that they're on the podium together for that long. Both Canadian, both coming up, both have these legends of the sport as mentors, and just all around incredible riders. It's a new generation.
It is absolutely. That's exactly what it is. To hear Gracey talk about 80-foot gaps, like they're not even there, and hear Jackson talk about the fact, to be able to kind of be that malleable and to change, to be able to think on your feet at the top of a race run under
that's
all that
wild.
pressure to grab
That's
a
so
GoPro
insane.
and go,
Yeah.
hang on, let me just try and see.
Yeah, pause it, corner of the screen.
Yeah, exactly. They really, really are.
Different level.
There's something special. Yeah.
So we got a couple things coming up in the next couple of weeks, Rob.
We're going to be busy.
Yeah, what are we
which
doing?
Which I like.
Yeah, where are we working next?
We are working in Chile next at Red Bull Valparaiso Cerro Abajo, round 2 of this year's series.
And that'll be March 1st and 2nd.
That's right. And then we go the Jet Set Lifestyle Run at NZ
Yep.
to Rotorua the week after for the Crankworks downhill there.
March.
Amazing track. Don't forget how good that track is.
That's true. It's going to be fresh. That's March 5th through the 9th.
And then after, shall I carry on with our itinerary, Elliot?
Yeah.
After that, we go to Guanajuato in Mexico for round 3 of Red Bull Cerro Abajo. Now this, honestly, it's like Tomb Raider town.
Yeah.
I absolutely love going there.
Yeah,
It is
really nice.
the best. I've never been anywhere as cool.
I had a
So
really,
good.
really good time. I have a list of perfect moments in my Apple Notes, and I usually get maybe like 1 or 2 a year, and one of them was from Guanajuato last year.
Was it honestly?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's
good
so
there,
good.
and
Yeah,
the
it's
race
so good.
is so good. It's going to be. I love
Yeah.
it. We had a Red Bull Hardline a day. Their one commentary, and the street races is something entirely different, but no less bonkers.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So that's March 28th through the 30th. They'll all be available on Red Bull TV. It's been such an incredibly special start to the season, I think, here on Red Bull Just Ride. And once the dust settles, once we get going again, we'll be back with a regularly scheduled podcast every other Tuesday. And, make sure you give us a follow, Just Ride channel on YouTube. And really make sure that you leave a comment, try to pick Jackson Goldstone's DJ name, maybe
Yeah.
DJ Goldspec, DJ.
After the running out today, just gold might work. I don't know.
We got a new email, so make sure you're sending it in to justride@redbull.com. Leave us a note there. Leave us a note on socials. And yeah, we can't wait to do the next one. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.